up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nina and I make videos every Wednesdays and every Fridays, and today's video is going to be an interesting idea, something that I've never done before. I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but I did recently watch a video about, like, I don't remember who it was from, but they were saying, like, if she lost everything of her makeup, what she would repurchase immediately. So that's what I did, or that's what I'm going to do for you guys. I'm going to talk about if I lost all of my makeup collection, what are some things that I would repurchase immediately. And I did top 3. I tried to do top 3, but if it was like a less important category to me, like if it was mascara or eyeliner or whatever, I would just do one thing. That is basically the idea. I will put the original video that I watched down below. I don't know who did it before. I just know that that was the first video I watched, so I was inspired by that. I think it's a very interesting idea. Let me know down below what are some things you guys would repurchase if you lost all your makeup collection. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get started, and we are going to do this in order of how you would do your face. So let's get started. I think this is going to be very fun. So yeah, primers. Now I have a lot of primers. I also will link down below and up above my makeup collection so you guys know what I have. There are some things that I've upgraded, but mostly it's still just the same. So for primers, I do have a lot of primers, but the first 3 that I would absolutely go out and repurchase, this is in no particular order. First of all would be the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. This is one of the only primers that I've seen does anything for my skin. When I put it on, I can visibly see my pores getting smaller, and it smells really, really nice, and I really, really like this. I think this is a good size for a primer, and you won't get bored of it. You'll probably more likely than not finish this, and it really mattifies my face. I have oily skin, so I think this is one of my favorites. Really, honestly, this is one of my favorite ones that I've purchased. It would either be this or the Hangover Primer, but I probably would go for this one first. So the first one is I would purchase is this. The next one I would definitely repurchase is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Listen, if you like grippy primers, this is it. This is where it's at. Stop looking. It's amazing. I love the color of it. I love the packaging of it. This really, really makes my skin like grippy as hell for my foundations, which I really I enjoy, because it feels like my skin is gonna like actually lock in place with the foundation after I put it on. And I like sticky primers. This is one of the stickiest primers I've ever used. It's called a gripping primer for a reason, and I really enjoy using this. So I think it's aesthetically pleasing and it does its job, so I definitely would repurchase this one. The last primer I would definitely repurchase is kind of like a skincare and a primer all at once. So this is the Glossier Future Dew Oil Serum Hybrid. This is what it looks like. It's also a highlighter, and it's also a primer, and it makes your skin look glowy and beautiful and incredible and just like the most stunning it's ever looked. It like blends in with your skin, and it just like doesn't sit on top of anything. It just blends in so well, and it's really one of my favorite primers ever. I don't really know if everybody considers this as a primer, but I do, because I like my face to be dewy as hell at all times. So this is definitely something I would repurchase. I feel like for foundation, y'all are gonna be a little bit shook, a little bit surprised. The first foundation I would repurchase is technically not a foundation. This is a lot of technicalities, but the Hollywood Flawless Filter Charlotte Tilbury thing, I definitely would repurchase this. You guys, this is one of the most beautiful things I've ever purchased. I wanted this for such a long time before I purchased this. It was open in my browser for like months before I bought it, and it comes with a doe foot, and it's kind of like a highlighter but also a CC cream all at once, at least for me. You can just put this all over your face. It doesn't really provide much coverage, but it makes you look so glowy and stunning and beautiful, and it blends in with the skin perfectly, and I just really, really enjoy this. I definitely would repurchase this because I would be sad if it wasn't in my collection anymore. So also the packaging is beautiful, and Charlotte Tilbury never disappoints with any of her products. The next one might be a little bit of a surprise, but the Urban Decay Naked Skin One and Done Hybrid Complexion Perfector. Y'all, I would purchase this simply because of the fact that I used this on my trip in Europe like 2 years ago, and this was the only foundation I took with me, and so it has a lot of like memories attached to it, and that's why I would purchase this or all over again, because just of the memories that are attached to it. And I know that's dumb, but I also really like this. This is the one CC cream I have, and it's lightweight, and it doesn't build up, it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look disgusting. It won't look bad after a few hours. It just blends in with your skin perfectly and it sits perfectly, and the more you wear it, the more natural it looks, and it doesn't have flashback as far as I know. And I need a CC cream or a BB cream, so this is the only one I have, and it also has SPF 20 in it. So yeah, this definitely, I would repurchase this because everybody needs a BB cream and one with memories attached to it, I guess. The last thing I would repurchase is not a surprise to any of y'all, I'm pretty sure, but it's the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. Now, we're only talking about this if they were still like cruelty free, because they're not cruelty free right now, but this is one of my favorite foundations of all time. It makes your skin look beautiful. Can you see a theme here? It's either really light or really glowy. Like, this makes your skin look beautiful, and like I mentioned before on my channel, this is something I only use on like special occasions, like if it's my birthday or a New Year's party or something that I really want to look good for. This, I trust this 100%, no questions asked. It's one of my favorite things of all time, and I'm so sad that I'm not going to be able to repurchase this anymore because they're not cruelty free, but if they were, I would definitely wear this more. But the only reason I don't wear it anymore is because they're not cruelty free and I don't want to run out of it. So concealer, I don't really need a top 3, so I just decided to pick one out of all the concealers that I love, and I don't actually have it right now because I'm not trying to buy anything until I finish the ones that I have, and it would be, say it with me, come on, say it with me, the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. It is one of my favorite concealers of all time. I really enjoyed it. It is lightweight and it doesn't build up. It doesn't look disgusting under your eyes. It doesn't like look cakey. It doesn't flake off. It doesn't get oily. And it works with my skin really well. And I know a lot of people don't talk about it for some reason. Like, I really rarely ever hear anyone talking about this concealer, but it is one of my favorites of all time. And I'm definitely going to repurchase like at least 2 of it when I run out of all the concealers that I have right now. And yeah, it is my favorite concealer out of all the concealers that I've tried, and I've tried like 5. So for powder, I don't really need a top 3 because I only really have tried like 4 powders at once, and I've only been impressed with like 2, so I decided to narrow it down to just one. The Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Micro Perfecting Micro Powder, Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in the shade 1 Fair. This is one of my favorite powders of all time. I trust it with my soul. I trust it with my heart. I even hit pan on it, and I stopped using it because I hit pan on it because this shit is expensive and I don't want to repurchase it, but I really do love this. When I hit pan, I was actually, like, I actually gasped. I was so sad. I didn't expect that I would hit pan on it so soon, but it is definitely one of the best powders I've ever tried. I will definitely repurchase this when I'm done with my other 2 powders, but like the Sheer Glow Foundation, if I want my skin to look good, I would use that foundation with this powder, and it works perfectly. They mesh well together and it makes my skin look beautiful. So yeah, definitely one of my faves. Literally forever. Like the best powder I've ever tried. And I've tried the Laura Mercier powder. So for bronzer, I decided to only narrow it down to one. The one I would repurchase immediately with no questions asked is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is one of my favorite bronzers of all time. It has such a beautiful look and such a beautiful smell. I love the smell of this so much. And I swear by this bronzer. This is the one I recommend to everyone. It's affordable. It's really nice. And I really like, this is special occasion makeup because I don't want to run out of it. It's not a problem if I do run out of it, but because I'm doing the Project Pan, I'm using the Kiko one right now. But let me swatch this for you. It's so buttery soft, and like you can barely see it because it blends so well. It literally feels like a pillow. Like, not even joking. But that's it right there. I don't know if you can see it, but that's how soft, okay. That's how soft it is, and it's just such a beautiful formula. Silky smooth and blends in really well, so it's good for beginners. And yeah, I really love this. I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I really miss using this bronzer, but I don't want to hit pan, so love it. The first blush I would repurchase, no questions asked, is the Milani Luminoso Baked Blush, because this is a, like you have to get Luminoso. It is one of the prettiest blushes ever. It blends in really well, and it gives you like such beautiful shine on your cheeks, and it makes you look flushed but in the best way possible. And it's just like one of my favorite blushes of all time. I really enjoy the color of it. This is it right here. It's super warm, super shiny, super beautiful, and one of my favorite blushes, so I definitely would repurchase this, and it's actually really affordable. So love that. Then I would at least repurchase one of a ColourPop Super Shock Cheek blushes because I love the names of these. So this one is in the shade Never Been Kissed, but really any blush from this formula works well enough for me. This is what this one looks like, and I love the feeling of these. They're so soft and beautiful. They blend so, look at that. Look at that. Like, no questions asked. Do you see that right there? Where is it? Is it that one? This one right there. Bro, do you see how beautiful that is? It blends in so nice and doesn't give me any issues. Gets on the brush really well. It makes you look flushed, but in the best way possible. This is definitely one of my favorite shades. So yeah. And then the last one I would definitely repurchase, like if not the first one I would repurchase, is the M Cosmetics Heaven's Glow Magic Hour Blush. Need I say more? Let me just bless you real quick. This is so soft, and it's like I said in other video, like this is like golden hour caught in a blush. And that's that one right there on the outside. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it is one of my favorite blushes of all time. It's really subtle, it's really beautiful, it makes you look flushed like you're standing in the sun. Who doesn't love that? The packaging is beautiful. I love Michelle Phan, so I would love to support her. So yeah, this definitely would be something I would repurchase, if not run to repurchase right after I lose everything. So I really hope I don't lose everything though, because that's a lot of money. On to highlighters. The first highlight I would repurchase is one I actually already repurchased because it broke before on me, because that's how soft it is. Please don't be broken when I open you, please. It is the Jouer Citrine Powder Highlight. One of my favorites of all time. Really expensive, really expensive. Like, I'm not even fucking with you. It's hella expensive. It's not broken, thank God. But do you see how much I already used of this, and I just repurchased it? Like, you can tell a hoe loves this highlight. Like, oh my God. Oh my God, it's so soft. Like, just perfection, just excellence. Like, you cannot look at that. Look at, oh my God, do you see that glow, bro? Do you see that? Do you even see that? Okay, the first one I would repurchase, no questions asked. I love Jouer as a brand. I love everything they stand for, and I love their products, especially their highlights. So I would repurchase that first of all. Second of all, I would repurchase the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlight. Same tone, really, just a gold highlight, honestly, but beautiful packaging. And listen, if they can just make more colors in this blinding this blinding formula, like, wow. Do you see that? Do you see that one right next to it, right there in the middle? Like, fuck, bro, that is wild. That is crazy right there. That's some crazy shit. The last one I would repurchase is the Desi Katie Dose of Colors highlight in the color Fuego, because this is one of my favorites of all time. I use this a lot on special occasions, on my birthday, if I have a concert, if I want to be seen from outer space. This is the one I would go to. It's beautiful, stunning, everything I ask for in a highlight. It is this one right here on the bottom. Focus on my hand, please. So these are the three highlights I would definitely repurchase, no questions. Leave eyeshadow palettes until the last, because I leave everything I love, like, truly till the end. So for mascara, I am not really the biggest fan of mascara. I don't really care as long as it keeps my lashes black. But there are ones that I really love. I love the L'Oreal Paradise one. I love the L'Oreal Voluminous mascara. I love the Urban Decay Perversion mascara, but I only decided to choose one. And the one I would repurchase immediately is the Tarte Gifted Mascara. This is one of the most beautiful mascaras I've ever seen. It is beautiful. It is stunning. It separates your lashes. This is the wand. It separates your lashes and makes them look beautiful and voluminous and, like, not clumpy at all, unlike Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. But definitely would repurchase this because I've not stopped talking about it ever since I purchased it, and this was the one mascara I took with me on my trip for a whole month. So the first lipstick I will talk about is a nude. You guys have to know this by now. This nude is one of my favorite nudes of all time. This is the nude I run to if I need a nude. It is the ColourPop Villains Hades lipstick. I love Hades. That makes me so happy. Just a beautiful, beautiful color. It's a warm toned nude. This is what it looks like. And this is what the packaging looks like. I've talked about this in multiple of my favorites. But yeah, this is the one color I will literally go to when I don't know what to wear. So definitely one of my favorites of all time. And I would really die if I lost this because it was limited edition. And no, I'm not about that. So next lipstick I would repurchase is none other than the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick in the color 10, Bisou. listen, my favorite red of all time. Ask anybody. This is my favorite red. I recommend this to everyone. I love the color of this. The tone of this matches with me perfectly. Because there are some reds that don't look good, and this stays literally all day. Like, I drank tea for 3 hours and this stayed on my lips. People were shook. They were asking me what this was. So you see that red right there in the middle? That is the color I would definitely repurchase, because I love this color. I love the way it stays on. I love this brand, and this is my perfect red. Last matte liquid lip I would purchase is the Dose of Colors Desi Katy lipstick in the color Hot Fire. I wore this so much during the summertime, and I never thought I would be the type of person who wears this type of color, but guess what? I'm converted, because this is my favorite color of all time. So it's that one outside right there, the orange one. Do you see that? Do you see the excellence? Like, these are my favorite colors. These are literally my top 3 lipsticks that I own. And if I lost them, I would run to purchase these. No questions asked. Take my money. I don't care how much it adds up to. I need these 3 colors in my collection at all times. You need a nude, a red, and a popping color. Come on! So I have a separate category for glosses. Just take a gander at what glosses I would repurchase. First, we have the ColourPop So Juicy plumping gloss in the tube. This is my favorite gloss formula ever. I don't care what color I would repurchase. Probably the clear one in Princess Cut, but just any color in this formula I would repurchase. This one's in the color Big Slice. I would also repurchase this because this is a beautiful color, and it makes your skin, like, it makes your lips look poppin' and plumpy and cushiony, and it won't look disgusting, and it won't make you feel like you're being stung by 50 different bees. This is actually really nice plumping formula, and I would definitely repurchase this. The next gloss I would repurchase is the M Cosmetics Morning Dew lip gloss. This is a clear lip gloss, and I would repurchase this because it is one of my favorites. My favorite clear lip glosses, my #1 clear lip gloss. I enjoy this. It makes your lips look so kissable and so juicy. Everything I wanted in a gloss, this is it, and I'm not backing down. I will repurchase this immediately. And then the final gloss would be a crime if I didn't repurchase this one. It is the Fenty Beauty Universal Gloss Bomb in just the regular color, Universal. I don't remember what the color of this is, but this smells divine. It looks divine. It is stunning. It is beautiful. It is juicy. It's thin. It's not goopy. It's the perfect gloss, and it's a nude toned gloss, and it makes every skin tone look beautiful. And so this is definitely would be something I would repurchase. No questions asked. Immediately I would run to Sephora and get this. There is one category left. Eyeshadows. My favorite category ever. Let's get started. I definitely know the order I would repurchase this in. Third place would be the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette, because I just love the colors in this palette so much. This was one of my favorite palettes that I've ever purchased. These are the colors. Do you see those colors? Do I need to say more? Do I need to say more? Like, pastel, beautiful shades. Like, honestly, the most beautiful formula. This was one of the most excited I've ever been for a palette before. Like, with every Jeffree palette, I was like a little bit confused, like kind of had to talk myself into buying, but this one and Thirsty definitely was 100% on my list. Like, no questions, I was gonna buy them no matter what, and this is #1. It comes before Thirsty. I love the colors in this palette. I love the packaging of this palette, and I just really enjoy this palette, and I would want it back because I just, even if I don't use it, do you see how beautiful the colors are? Like, need I say more? Come on. #2, and this is a very hard #2. If it's probably more tied to #1, is the Desi Katy Francation palette with Dose of Colors. And listen, the colors in this, whoo girl, do you see those colors? Do you see those colors? Do you see those colors? Do I need to say more? Do I need to say more? Like, one of the best shimmer formulas ever, and they stay on the eyes, and I know that because I wore these to the Travis Scott concert, and when I came home, they looked perfectly fine, like at midnight, after 5 o'clock. Like, I put these on at like 5 p.m. They were still on my eyes at like 1 a.m. One of my favorite eyeshadow formulas. I love the colors. I love Desi and I love Katy, and I love supporting them, so I would definitely repurchase that for those reasons, but also it's a beautiful formula. The shimmers are like literally like nothing I've ever seen. I don't even have a single formula that matches to these. Like, incredible. I can swatch these for you. Like, just look at these shimmers. Look at these. Like, do you see those? Do you see them? Like, need I say more? Do you see that gold? Okay, I'm out. Number one palette, the number one I would go to, the number one I would repurchase, the number one I would go to is the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. My favorite palette of all time. Like, you can ask anybody. This is the palette I go to when I have a special event and I need to look good. This is the palette I would go for. The reds are beautiful. The golds are beautiful. I even hit pan. This was the first palette I ever hit pan on. Like, I was shook when I hit pan. I didn't know I loved it that much, but I guess I do. Just like, look at these. Look at these shades. Are you kidding me? Beautiful shades. Like, really though. One of my favorite palettes of all time, if not my favorite palette of all time. Like, I would literally, this would be number one. I would go repurchase because I have so many sentimental values attached to it, and I also really love it. This was the one palette, the first, like, palette I ordered online, I believe, and I really love it still to this day. It has not died. The excitement is still there every time I open it, and that's why it would be the number one I would repurchase. And that concludes everything that I would repurchase immediately. Obviously, we have, if it was for eyeliner, I would just repurchase a black eyeliner, Swerve eyeliner from ColourPop. If we're talking about setting spray, I would repurchase the All Nighter setting spray by Urban Decay, no questions asked, because it's the best setting spray out there. Yeah, that, like, I would repurchase, if I had to repurchase one single eyeshadow, it would be the Tonic eyeshadow from Urban Decay. And that's it. That concludes everything I would repurchase immediately if I lost all of my makeup collection. And yeah, if you guys are interested in letting me know what is one thing you would repurchase if you lost all your collection, let me know down below. I'm very interested in knowing and seeing what different people say. But that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below if you did. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Always remember to keep your head, heels, and standards high, and to treat people with kindness. And I will see you guys again next week with another video. Little sausage is out. Bye guys.